Alright, so here is the blower motor itself. As you can see here, it's a pretty simple unit. These this plastic fan blade is actually what pulls in the air from the outside and redirects it through your HVAC system. It's like I said, pretty simple. There's plug DC, plugs into the side, uses 3 screws or bolts to hold it in, and there is a motor on the inside. That's pretty much it. This is a 14 volt motor, and obviously if your car isn't running or the alternator isn't running, it'll still run on 12 volts, but it'll obviously be slower. Yeah, it's actually a pretty simplistic design. I haven't opened it up yet, but this blade here is actually quite difficult to turn, and there's actually a couple of ways to remedy this. Your blower motor may not be able to do this. You may not be able to do this with your blower motor. There's a good chance that yours is sealed and you won't be able to oil it to basically bring it back to life. Again, that's something that you'll have to go on the internet and maybe browse some forums to find out if this is even possible. I know a lot of General Motors blower motors, they have this port on the underside, and I don't know if you can see this very well, but as you turn the motor, you can see that the bottom shaft where the bearing is at is turning with it. And a lot of times this is actually what causes your problems. Moisture very easily gets up underneath here because this port is open. Dust can get up there, dirt, any kind of debris. I mean, obviously you have passengers getting in and out of your car. If their shoes are wet and they happen to kick up some water, I mean, anything's possible. So it's a good idea to actually oil these on a regular basis if it's worth it to you. The blower motor that came out of my Grand Prix was very easy to get to. The most difficult part was actually just seeing what I was doing, but all 3 of these screws that held it in there were accessible, so it was just getting up underneath the dash to see it. But anyway, it's pretty heavy, probably a good 10 pounds. So